Okay, here we are on the Rich Van Tassel Show, also videoing for the Rich Van Tassel channel as well. Same thing as we do every week. We're going to give you the breakdown of last night's game, then get into week 10 now of the NFL season. Excuse me, week 11. No, week 10 of the NFL season coming up. But first, we start with last night's game. The Buffalo Bills defeated the New York Jets 22-17. Now, I had this game 24-21 Buffalo. We were close enough with the score. I said that Fitzpatrick would turn the ball over. He did. Two turnovers. There were some fumbles as well from the Jets. I believe it was three, but we'll check that in just a second. First, we do the stats for the visiting Bills. Tyrod Taylor, efficient, 17 of 27, 158 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. Sean McCoy running the ball was a monster, 19 carries for 112 yards. That's almost 6 yards per clip, 5.9 to be exact. Carlos Williams, 7 for 24. Tyrod Taylor, 6 for 12. Altogether, 33 for 148, which is 4.5 yards per carry. That's going to get the job done. Receiving, nothing really of note. Charles Clay, the tight end, more of an H-back. He was the top receiver, 5 receptions, 52 yards. And Sean McCoy, 5 for 47. Sammy Watkins was held in check by Darrelle Revis. He only had 3 receptions for 14 yards. Yes, Buffalo recovered 2 fumbles. They fumbled once and then lost it. So the Jets had 2 fumbles, 4 turnovers altogether. We said they would. Buffalo only had 1 sack and with 2 interceptions. For the Jets, Ryan Fitzpatrick, a terrible game. We predicted it last night. You see my game picks. It's finally catching up with him. 15 of 34, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not going to get the job done. It's obviously too late in the season to make the switch, but I still think it would have been better off going with Geno Smith once he was ready to go. But you're stuck with Ryan Fitzpatrick now, so expect more games like this than you had early in the season coming down the stretch. Chris Ivory, 18 carries, 99 yards. Eric Decker, the leading receiver, 6 receptions, 85 yards, had a critical drop on a 4th down. Chris Ivory out of the backfield, 2 for 36. Brandon Marshall, 3 for 23. Had 2 fumbles that were both lost. Did have 4 sacks, no interceptions, and had a fumble on the kick on one of the kick returns as well by Devin Smith. Now we look at this game. I was having a discussion with someone this morning. The Jets were down 22-3 at one point, got off to a bad start. We scored a touchdown, which cut it to 22-9 before the point after. Now, I would have gone for 2 in that situation. You go for 2, you make it 22-11. You're within a touchdown and a field goal. Granted, the touchdown has to be accompanied by another 2-point conversion, or you're within a touchdown and a field goal. Now, you look back, the Jets twice when they were driving had 2 4th downs that they did not convert. One was at the end of the game when they were down 22-17. The one before was when they were down 22-10. They needed a touchdown both times. A field goal would have done them no good. So there were 2 times where it played out, exactly as we said. That's why you look for 2 there. And they did get the touchdown they would have needed. Now, granted, they kicked the extra point instead of going for 2 because they hadn't gone for 2 the first time. But I certainly feel that it's an almost no-brainer that you would go for 2 in that situation. However, there was someone disagreeing with me today. They, are entitled to their opinion, obviously, making more of the case of later scores, how it, when you get to the 22-17 or, just more scores than what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it strictly as the time when you get it to 22-9, you take the 2-point conversion and get it to 11 points. The Jets did not do so and clearly came back to bite them. Now, Buffalo, Tyrod Taylor was efficient. He was playing hurt. He was really grinding it out. Got to give a hats off to him. Now, we all know my opinions of Tyrod Taylor. I've been liking him since the beginning of the year. Now that he's healthy, as well as LaShawn McCoy and Sammy Watkins, we'll see if they can make a run later in the year. But I really got to give Tyrod Taylor his props. You could see him dragging that knee a bit last night, but he came out and played and showed a lot of toughness. Buffalo got the win. Rex Ryan, you can see him cursing at the end of the game. I thought, again, it was a little junior league, but that's what Rex Ryan does, so you just have to take it and move on. All right, so we got that now. We will continue to break down the games of Week 10 coming up after the break, but be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back.